The distress signal from Kepler 442b had been broadcasting for 6 days. The Lumineth colony, 15,000 souls, trapped on a rapidly destabilizing planet. Seismic activity had destroyed their evacuation ships, and volcanic eruptions were filling the atmosphere with toxic gases. The Galactic Rescue Service received the call first. Commander Vril reviewed the data and made his decision in seconds. Atmospheric toxicity, fatal to most species within hours. Seismic instability, 8.9 on the Richter scale, ongoing. Volcanic activity, Category 5. Surface temperature, 67 degrees Celsius and rising. He closed the file. It's a death sentence. We can't risk our personnel. Across the galaxy, the response was uniform. The Valorian fleet cited equipment limitations. The Crothan Rescue Corps deemed it an unacceptable risk. Even the empathetic Quilarians, known for their humanitarian efforts, refused. We would be sending our people to die alongside them, their representative explained sadly. Sometimes, the universe demands we accept loss. 15,000 Lumineth, crystalline beings who had never harmed anyone, whose art and philosophy had enriched galactic culture for centuries, waited for help that wasn't coming. Then the message reached the Terran Military Academy. Commandant Patricia Okonkwo stood before her senior class, 43 cadets weeks from graduation. Behind her, the distress signal played on loop, the desperate pleas of Lumineth children audible in the background. The Galactic Rescue Service has officially classified this as unrecoverable, she said bluntly. Every major power has refused to attempt rescue. The conditions on Kepler 442b are lethal to most known species. She paused, meeting each cadet's eyes. Earth has not been asked to help. We have no obligation here. But we do have capability. Cadet Jackson Torres stood. Ma'am, permission to speak? Granted. Those conditions, 67 degrees Celsius, toxic atmosphere, seismic activity, that's just a bad Tuesday on Earth. We train in worse. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the room. Cadet Yuki Tanaka added, our environmental suits are rated for Venus-like conditions. The Lumineth need rescue within 48 hours. We could be there in 36. This isn't a training exercise, Okonkwo warned. This is a live disaster zone that's defeated every rescue service in the galaxy. You're cadets, not full officers. No one would blame you for refusing. Cadet Marcus Williams spoke up. Respectfully, ma'am, they're not asking us to refuse. They're not asking us at all. They've written those people off. And that, said Cadet Amara Osei quietly, is bullshit. Commandant Okonkwo allowed herself a small smile. I was hoping you'd say that. We have one training vessel available. It's rated for 40 personnel. I need volunteers. All 43 hands went up instantly. 36 hours later, the TMA rescue ship Persistence entered Kepler 442b's atmosphere. The planetary conditions that had terrified other species barely registered to the human cadets. Temperature steady at 68 Celsius, reported Torres from the pilot's seat. That's cooler than Death Valley in summer. Seismic activity at 9.1, added Tanaka. My hometown in Japan gets worse during earthquake season. The toxic atmosphere, a cocktail of sulfur dioxide and carbon monoxide that would kill most species in minutes, was manageable with standard Earth hazmat protocols. The real challenge was the terrain. Lava flows had cut off access to the Lumineth shelters. Constant earthquakes made navigation treacherous. Ashfall reduced visibility to near zero. Just like the simulations, Williams muttered, except the simulations were easier. They found the first group of Lumineth in an underground shelter, their crystalline bodies dulled with fear and resignation. When the humans burst through the collapsed entrance, the Lumineth elder could barely speak. You came. But the Galactic Rescue Service said. They said it was too dangerous, Cadet Osei interrupted, her environmental suit covered in ash. They were right. It's extremely dangerous. That's why they sent humans. The cadets worked in shifts, braving lava flows and crumbling infrastructure. They carried Lumineth children on their backs through passages too unstable for mechanical transport. They dug through rubble with bare hands when equipment failed. When an aftershock buried 3 cadets and a dozen Lumineth under debris, the others dug for 6 hours straight. Torres emerged with a fractured arm and a grin, still carrying 2 Lumineth children. Found, ma'am. Everyone's alive. 48 hours after landing, the Persistence lifted off with all 15,000 Lumineth aboard. The ship was designed for 40. They made it work, human standing room only, Lumineth carefully packed in every available space, life support systems pushed beyond rated capacity. We're 20% over weight limit, Tanaka reported. Then we fly 20% better, Torres replied, coaxing the overloaded ship into orbit. When they reached the Galactic Rescue Service Station, Commander Vril met them at the dock. His expression was unreadable as he watched 15,000 Lumineth disembark, followed by 43 exhausted human cadets. You were told this was unrecoverable, Vril said. No sir, Commandant Okonkwo replied, having arrived to meet her students. You told everyone else it was unrecoverable. You didn't tell us, because you assumed humans couldn't help. That was your mistake. We assessed the risk. You assessed the risk to your species, Okonkwo interrupted. Deathworlders have a different risk tolerance. What's lethal to you is survivable to us. What's impossible to you is merely difficult. The Lumineth Elder approached, his crystalline form still dulled but functioning. The galaxy abandoned us. These children, these cadets, they walked through hell itself to bring us home. Why? Cadet Osei answered before anyone else could. Because that's what humans do. We don't leave people behind. Not when there's a chance, not when there's a way. The galaxy said it was impossible. We decided impossible just meant no one else wanted to try. The story spread across the galaxy within days. The species everyone had written off, saved by cadets from a death world, because what others called certain death, humans called Tuesday. The Galactic Rescue Service quietly updated their protocols. When conditions exceeded safe parameters for standard species, they now had a new option: call Earth. The humans would come. They always did. Because to a species that evolved climbing to the top of a food chain designed to kill them, impossible was just another word for challenging. And humans loved a challenge.